Hello guys, I hope everybody is having a nice day. My finance teacher here, and we're looking at Bitcoin. Over the last several weeks, Bitcoin has been behaving just as we've expected. All through July it has been rallying, moved up quite nicely from around 6,000 all the way up to 8,500, bumped its head on the resistance zone around that area, and it has been moving down over the last week or so. So I'm going to delete this arrow, we don't need that anymore. And what's going to happen moving forward? For that, the first thing I want to have a look at is Fibonacci retracement numbers. So if we look at this rally in July, over the last week or two, nearly 62% of that rally has been retraced. 62% Fibonacci retracement number is often either a support or resistance zone. Additionally, there is some sort of a support level formed by these two recent previous relatively insignificant peaks. So support zone somewhere here, that's at around $6,800 per Bitcoin. Plus the 10-day RSI, it's not oversold, but it's not far from oversold. For these 2-3 reasons, I think we're gonna have nice little bump up in Bitcoin, probably not gonna last long. Bitcoin might rise up to, well, probably up to the 100-day moving average, and after that I'm going to expect a continuation of this decline as I have with this more significant larger arrow pointing downwards. This arrow is forecasting a price of around 5,000 over the next couple of months. Why do I see that price on the charts? Well, over the last several months, since February, Bitcoin has been within this pennant formation and has recently broke down below the pennant formation in the second half of June. However, this low that we saw in early February of around $6,000 held, which kind of also gives us a chance that instead of the pennant formation, what Bitcoin is respecting is actually a descending triangle that looks something like this. Based on historical records for many different assets, descending triangles often break on the downside. That's why I expect price dropping below $6,000, and the next support level below $6,000 is at about $5,000 over here. And lastly, I do like to look at cycles, and Bitcoin cycles last for about 2 to 3 months. Bitcoin has been rising all over July, and it has reached its peak, which means there is probably another month or two of downward momentum based on the normal duration for these cycles. That's just another reason why I think there's going to be pressure downwards on the Bitcoin price over the next several weeks. And the one more thing I want to mention is, the more often a support zone is knocked by the price action, the more likely the support zone is going to break. So if Bitcoin knocks again for, well, second or third time on this support zone of 6,000, it's just more likely that this support zone is going to be broken. Although this view over the next several weeks is sort of bleak, in the long term I still am very positive on Bitcoin as well as some other established cryptocurrencies. That's also reflected in some of the news we see. For example, Starbucks is going to accept cryptocurrency payments. Goldman Sachs is considering opening a custodial services for large institutional investors. That's kind of interesting. A lot of banks are entering this industry, and we've seen a lot of news about that in the past as well. We've also sometimes seen several news about problems with Visa payments. For example, here some of the stores stop using Visas because the transaction fees there are relatively high. Besides that, several weeks ago, a couple of months ago, Visa stopped working in the Scandinavian countries, so that was a big problem. And generally there is a lot of interest in cryptocurrency industry. We see that, for example, a lot of universities start to offer courses in relation to that. So that is my view for Bitcoin over the next several weeks, as well as the longer term in general. What do you guys think? Is there anything that I've missed on the charts? Let me know about that. Hit the like button if you think this video is sort of interesting. If you think it's rubbish, you know what to do, and remember to subscribe to the channel. I thank you for your attention.